Hello everyone, welcome back to the Drishti IAS channel and the latest update series. This is 𝐘𝐥𝐬𝐬 and we meet again to discuss about the Telegram ban that has taken on the news in a large capacity, yes. So we've all seen the news that Telegram has been banned, government has banned Telegram regarding the NEET leak and up until the exam happens. So what is happening? Like, why do we need this and why only Telegram and why not other messenger apps like WhatsApp? Why not banning them? Like, why just targeting Telegram here? Let's find that out, okay? So there's a huge question among the public, like why only Telegram? Why targeting Telegram particularly? And what will happen by banning this? What will happen by banning this? How would you be able to prevent paper leak? And what is the role of Telegram in that, right? So let's find out the answers to all these questions. First of all, let's see what has happened. Government has announced that we are banning Telegram. From Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, that is METI, they have said that we are placing a temporary restriction. Please remember that this is not a permanent ban, this is a temporary restriction. How so? They are saying that until 22nd June, you won't be able to use the messaging features of the app. And until 30th June, you won't be able to use the editing feature, right? The editing, you will be able to send a message, but you won't be able to edit the message up till 30th June. Why this is happening? Let's understand. So they're saying that Telegram has certain features, okay? Telegram has certain features because of which it is becoming impossible to track down from where the problem is starting. Why? Because number one, Telegram has a feature of message editing, like message editing. Now you would say that, okay, WhatsApp also has editing feature. WhatsApp also has editing feature. So what is different? In Telegram, there is no time limit. In Telegram, there is no time limit. That is the problem. Like, if today I'm sending a telegram here, it would give us a stamp that, okay, from on 17th June at 10:24, this particular file was sent. The timestamp comes of 17th June, 10:14 AM, right? Exactly. Now, later on, let's say after 30th June, if I want to say, if I want to, make sure that the paper doesn't go through or the result doesn't go through, or I want to create a chaos, what can be done? What can be done is, this PDF will be edited. You go to the edit feature because Telegram allows over the time editing without any notification, without any changing. So now when we change this, when we edit this, what will happen? We can change the file. The PDF can be changed. The timestamp will be same, the message will be same, everything will be same. The PDF will be exchanged. The file will be exchanged in the editing feature. That editing feature is becoming a problem. They're saying that later on, once the paper has been released, once everybody has got the access to the paper, what certain actors who don't want the papers to go through are proving that paper had been leaked, while in actuality there was no leak in the paper. What they're saying is that even when there is no leak, they can make it appear like there was a leak, because when you open this file, you will see the paper. When you open this file, you will actually see the NEET paper. But the timestamp would be 17th June. The file would have been edited after paper. Like, for example, let's say on 22nd of June, we have the paper. On 22nd, you get the paper, you edit the file, you add it here. This will show that paper had already been leaked on 17th June, while actually the paper was not leaked. But because of the features of Telegram, this is possible. Demonstrating this is possible, that is becoming a problem. Number one. Do you understand this feature? Why this is the problem? Second, it has multiple broadcast channels, through which the spread is very quick. Even if there is a leak, the spread is very quick because of broadcast channels, because there is no forwarding limit. While WhatsApp, in comparison, comes with a forwarding limit, right? It comes with a forwarding limit. So in that scenario, it is not possible to do that there. Thirdly, when we talk about Telegram, what we are saying is that it has bot facilities. And because of that bot facility, you can ask the bot to do it for you. You won't be doing it, so you will never be caught. That is a mask. That is a mask that is allowed. And there is another mask that is anonymous feature. You can enter the groups and channels as anonymous, and if you enter as anonymous, naturally no targeting will be there. You come, you drop a paper, you drop a post, and then you leave. Nobody will be able to guess who you are, and this is that secure. That's secure. Now, in terms of security of the app, they've done very good, right? Telegram app has done really good, but the problem is that it is being misused now. It is being misused now. So government has said that we will be putting a temporary ban on this, a temporary control on this app, but this also stops a lot of features like a lot of business channels, etc. that run through this. What will they do? What will they do, right? So it is not all good and definitely not a very strong step. However, these are the problems based on which they're saying that we want to put a temporary ban because of these features of Telegram. All right. Do you understand that? Yeah. So why targeting Telegram? Total platform ban block will be there till 22nd, and then message editing will be until 30 June. Please remember that. How have we done? Under Section 69A of IT Act. What power does government have to do this? Government should have some sort of power to do this, right? Otherwise, they cannot do this. So now, under what power government has done this? Section 69A, we'll talk about the section. We'll talk about the section. It is not just this section. Government has other powers as well. We'll talk about all the powers. But for now, just understand. These are the problems: message editing, broadcast channeling, because of which we are targeting Telegram and not any other app. Okay. Yeah. We've discussed all the problems. Why not WhatsApp? Because it does not have retroactive message editing. Like after 15 minutes, it has a strict 15-minute guideline that within 15 minutes you can edit the message, but other than that, no. In Telegram, there is no limit, right? You can way old message, you can just go and tap and you'll still be able to edit it, right? Yeah. And then it has strict member forwarding limits. There's a forwarding limit. You cannot just keep forwarding anything. Lack of native anonymity, right? Because there is no anonymity. There's a phone number. Only when you have a phone number, you can have their information. So law enforcement agencies find it easy to track it, right? In Telegram, it is very difficult to track. That's why not WhatsApp, but Telegram. Now, the fact is that under what rules is government trying to do this? The number one rule that government has is Section 69A of IT Act 2000. Please remember that. This is the foundation provision that empowers government to issue directions to block the public access. They've invoked 69A. They argue that blocking is necessary. Why? Because it is in the interest of specific. Because when paper got leaked, people, students, children, they committed suicide, right? Their year was lost. Most of them went into depression. They might not perform very good. There was this suicide note of a girl child who had written that I was scoring good in the last NEET, but I'm not sure I have the strength to carry on, prepare again, sit in the exam again and score good this time. And that was her suicide note. That was her suicide note. Just imagine that for, amplifications of the matter have such effects that she was not able to anticipate whether she would be able to do good or not, and she was so scared of failure after being so successful that she was like, no, I cannot do this anymore, right? And that child committed suicide. So the implications are very high. So they're saying that we need to take strict actions regarding that. Public order needs to be maintained. In the name of public order, we have timestamp fraud, and in the name of that timestamp fraud, we have all the right to actually ban this, right? Yeah. Second option they have is the IT blocking rules 2009 rule 16, that is an emergency power, right? Under normal circumstances, they only use 69A. Under normal circumstances, only 69A is required. But in the extreme circumstances, imminent threat is there, re-exam timeline is there. So because of that, government can also utilize Rule 16 of the IT Act, where emergency provision says that METI can bypass the standard hearing process. Otherwise, what happens is 69A requires a committee. A committee will sit down, they will see, hear what happens, and they will have pleading parties. Everything will go according to that proceeding. But now, since there is a timeline of the exam, we really need to skip this process and take a decision, right? To skip this, we have to utilize Rule 16, that is in case of emergencies, that if there is an emergency provision, there is an emergency situation, in terms of urgency, we can take this away, right? There will be no hearing process. We can bypass the entire hearing process, and that way NTA or Ministry of Education will flag it as immediate threat to exams integrity. And if they tag that as immediate threat, MeitY will be able to bypass the standard hearing process and ultimately complete the process without any delay, right? Yeah. But there is a catch. There's a catch. What? The emergency order must be placed before a review committee within 48 hours. Within 48 hours, they should get a review committee. If they are not reviewing the provision of it, they should review at least that whether this was an emergency or not. At least this much they should have the right to review, right? Otherwise, anything can be claimed as emergency under any circumstances. So they should have the right to declare whether this was emergency or not, to approve it, modify it, or lift the temporary block. Within 48 hours, they will be given that power. Sorry. Next one, we have Section 5(2) of Indian Telegraph Act 1885. When the IT Act handles the digital content, the actual physical enforcement is done by the Telegraph Act. Okay. Yeah. Public emergency, public safety, whatever it is done through this, under this. During any public emergency, during any sort of such urgencies, the interest of public safety, authorities will order the telecom licenses. They can intercept, detain, and have transmission between specific communications, right? So they can enter into it, and that way telegram's IP address, etc., you can block that. That happens through Telegraph Act. The actual implementation happens through Telegraph Act. That's what you need to remember. That's what you need to remember. Okay. Lastly, we have the safe harbor exemption, Section 79 of the IT Act. What is safe harbor? While see, it is not the tool to block the app. This is it just explains why Telegram is facing this heat. Okay, this is not a tool as such, but it explains a lot. Why? Because any app is given an immunity, like they're given a safe harbor, that they're not legally responsible for illegal things that users post on their platform, right? That becomes a safe harbor, that we are only giving you a platform. The user is posting useless things, harmful things, then the user is reliable, not the app or the platform. That is a safe harbor. Okay, that some apps get. Now in terms of Telegram also, what they're getting is that they're not legally. So this immunity is conditional, right? It has to be conditional, because if enforcement is not happening, the platform has illegal content like exam fraud networks or any such thing. So naturally, cybercrime coordination centers are allowed to have some interception there, right? Exactly. All these powers government has to control all these activities like fraud, like exam leak, etc. Okay. Now for your exam, please remember these powers. The incident itself doesn't hold that much of an importance. For mains, yes, control on the social media, whether it is good, whether it is bad, what are the implications, yes. But for prelims, the incident itself doesn't have much of a question to offer, but these powers have all the questions in them, all right? So based on that, we also have a question for you. Read the question carefully. Just hit the pause button and read the question carefully and give us your answer in the comment section, all right? Yeah. Just give us an answer in the comment section. That's about it. That's why Telegram has been banned. You'll get an uplift from 22nd. The editing feature will also resume from 30th. But after this, there might be some sanctions coming forward on different apps. All right. Let's see what happens. That's all for now. Let us know your answer in the comment section. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe. And do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.